Tomorrow night is opening night for the Columbus Clippers. The team's 49th season will kick off with a series win against the rival Toledo Mud Hens.
Yeah, one man who's been there for it all, Ken Schnacke. Good morning. You last time we talked,
like
you were
morning.
or good afternoon. I guess you're right. Good afternoon. Last time we were talking, getting ready to retire. Now you are retiring, but you have a new title with the team.
Yeah, I guess you'd say they bumped me upstairs to President Emeritus. So I'm transitioning with a new young man that we have hired to replace me for this year and next year. So this will be my year number 49 with the team, and next year will be 50. And to be honest, when I tell people that, they can't imagine it. And when I stop and think about it, I kind of have a hard time imagining it too. 50 years at one place. And it's gone way too fast, I guess you say.
Yeah.
We always say as we get older, the years seem to go faster. Wow, they are flying by right now.
And you must have had a great time to stick with it for all that time.
It's been fun. It's been a labor of love, and I had many chances to leave, but my wife and we had 3 kids growing up, and we just didn't want to have to relocate and restart with the kids everywhere we moved. I had a lot of friends that did that, and that life was less than enthralling, if you will, especially for your wife. So this has worked out well in Columbus. I loved every bit of it.
Yeah. Take us back to 1977 when you started with the club. There had been a little bit of a lull, and then all of a sudden they come back as affiliates of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, there's a few things that really stick out over the years you remember, and the opener in 1977 was one of them. The ballpark really wasn't finished. It was AstroTurf.
Yeah.
It was the bee's knees, if you will, in minor league baseball. I mean, we had AstroTurf like they had in Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia. We had roof suites for the very first time. It rained that day. It drizzled. I never acknowledge anything at the ballpark more than a drizzle. My kids will laugh about that. It drizzled all day, but we went ahead and opened, and we were losing in the 7th inning, and fans were still coming in because of the traffic jams in the 4th and 5th inning, and people were starting to grumble a little bit, and then we ended up winning the game, and so far, and the sun came out the next day, and everything was fine.
And this was the stadium on the west side, right?
That was Cooper
just off
Stadium.
the Sullivan?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been in Huntington Park now since 2009 when we affiliated with Cleveland. And that's just been a wonderful association for our fans and for us. We had the 28 years with the Yankees, and those were very interesting years, getting along with George Steinbrenner for 28 years. I liked a lot of that. That was fun. But we were not really a Yankee town. I knew it's somewhere along the line we were going to end up with Cleveland or Cincinnati. And this has worked out very well for us and worked out very well for Cleveland.
But the Yankees connection brought a lot of stars to town when they were rehabbing, or Derek Jeter playing minor league baseball here. Who were some of your favorites along the way?
We were there in the heyday.
Yeah.
And the first player that George Steinbrenner brought up as a minor leaguer was Don Mattingly.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And then he was followed later, obviously, by Jeter and Mariano Rivera and Jorge Posada and Bernie Williams and Andy Pettit, and the list just goes on and on. I mean, that was a fun time to be part of that organization. And they won 4 World Series from 95 to 2000, and I got to go to a couple of those with them. It was a pretty cool time.
Do you keep in touch with any of those stars of yesteryear?
No, we're not really close. We're not really close to the players. I know all of them, and they know who I am, but we don't bother them. They have a different lifestyle, and what's really amazing is to see a young player come here as a Columbus Clipper and then advance to Major League Baseball. And then a couple years down the road, see how much they've grown physically and to some degree mentally. The changes, it's awesome. It's really unbelievable how much these guys mature.
Well, tomorrow night, 6:15, first pitch there at Huntington Park.
First pitch.
Weather looks like it's going to cooperate. Listen, we could sit here and talk to you the next 40 minutes. You've got stories, and I know.
Diamond Dog Night, when is the first one? Is that tomorrow night?
Tomorrow
night.
Oh,
have you ever been able to take advantage of that?
No, I do not take advantage of it.
How many hot dogs could you eat on Diamond Dog Night?
People have asked me that. My answer to that is I don't want to deprive any of the fans of their ability to have a hot dog. So I refuse to answer on the grounds it may incriminate me.
Well, 5's my record, if you're wondering.
Ken, thanks for
Ken,
joining
thank
us.
you. Best of luck.
Thanks for having me.